Welcome to Collecting Chaos. What you're looking at is a Good Minus Adventure Comics number 260. It has a lot of water stains. And it's UV faded. It's also the first Silver Age appearance of Aquaman. Now these water stains have always just bugged the heck crap out of me, so if you want to see me try to get rid of some of them, or at least fade them to the point where they don't bother me so much, keep watching. First thing I decided to do was to remove the staples and go page by page, because the water damage is throughout the comic. It's not just on the front cover. And if I take it off the front cover but it's still in the middle of the comic, then it's still there. And that's a good use for these magic cleaning pads, is to hold the staples so I don't lose them. Alright, I'm going to work on the cover first. And what I have, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This is really in bad shape. But I'm going to give it a try anyway. What I have is a paintbrush that I've never used for paint. And some hot distilled water. And that's it. Now I've got it on a piece of parchment paper, but I'm also going to put a paper towel underneath it. And we're going to start over here on this back side. And I'm just going to paint the edge with hot water. And blot it off, just like I did with the alcohol. And I'm just going to do this one small section first and see if it helps it any. If it helps it, then I will continue with the rest of the comic. And the idea is to saturate it so that it takes out the stain, and the stain gets leached out into the paper towel, hopefully. I've done this with newer comics. I've done it with Bronze Age. Done it with some copper age. This was the first time I've tried it on a silver age. And of course the paper is a different quality. I mean, most of it's still rag paper, most of it's still, or not rag paper, most of it's still wood pulp, and most of it is newsprint, except for the cover, of course. But the covers are different. The cover page quality, or the cover paper quality, is different from silver. For each age, really. Silver is different from gold. Gold is different from bronze. They're all different. Okay, I think I'm going to let that dry. I don't really see that much difference right now, but I think I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll come back and take a look and see if it did any good. I know that from my experience with the newer comics, it takes a lot of treatments. And like I said, we'll let that dry and we'll see what happens with that. In the meantime, I think I'm going to take this first leaf here. And we're going to do this very small section right up here, from about here over just on the other side of the D, and I'm just going to try that area and see if that helps it. Like I said, I don't want to do too much of it because I don't know that this is going to work for sure. Some of you might wonder where I get my ideas from on how to do this stuff. I watch a lot of videos on restoring historical documents, and that's where I get a lot of this information that I use and a lot of the different ideas. Ideally, I'd be using blotting paper, but I don't have any. I am going to order some, as I think that would be a good idea to have some around. I imagine if I applied heat to this, it would dry a lot quicker. Okay, we're going to let these dry. This one and the other one, we're going to let them dry and see what happens. And I'll catch up on the video when they're dry. Okay, it's all dry. And taking a look at it, it looks like it moved the edge just a little tiny bit. So I'm going to continue working on these. On that one. Now let's take a look at this. This is the old edge here, and it looks like... No, it actually made it bigger. I'll have to keep working on it and see if I can't make some improvement on it. I'm determined to get this to go away somehow. I've had this comic for close to 30 years. I'm tired of seeing these water stains. I want them gone. Now, if you look on this side, it actually looks a little more even than on the other. So on the outside, it doesn't appear to have done anything, but on the inside, it definitely did something. So like I said, I'll keep working on these, and I'll give updates over the next several weeks, because I think it's going to take me a very long time to get this done. In the meantime, how about we look at some Conan comics? Alright, let's get started with Conan number 51. This is a water damaged copy. I have a lot of water damaged comics for some reason. June 1975. But I have a copy that's not water damaged either, and neither does it have a bad spine roll like this one does, so yeah. And we have a copy of number 52. Nice old Bronze Age Conan's, number 53. Here's number 54. '55. Sometimes I think this was some of John Buscema's best work. Number 56, and this one's water damaged, but I have another copy. And it's not something that I did to get an upgrade. There's something on that. If you take if you have something on the surface like that, and you take a paper towel and put over it, and then you get your eraser, you can sometimes get that off without damaging the color on the book. I'm not going to do it right now, but I did make it a little less noticeable. And here's number 57. And like I said, I think some of this is some of John Buscema's best work. A water damaged copy of number 60. Probably came out of the same collection as the other two. And here's a good copy of number 60. Number 66. I should probably collect Conan one day. I have a lot of them. Number 67. Looks like a Gil Kane cover. Should be a GK on there somewhere. I'm sure that's a Gil Kane cover, though. Here's number 68. Conan versus Kull. Plus Red Sonja and Blee. Or Ballet. But mostly it's just advertising. I'm going to count that. How many pages of advertising are in this comic? It's a 32-page comic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A third of the book is advertising, not counting the covers. Here's some copies of number 70. I'm sure one of them is probably water damaged. No, doesn't look like it. Looks like they're all good copies. Gil Kane and Pablo Marcus did the artwork on this cover. All of them newsstand, which isn't surprising. 1976, newsstand was more prevalent than direct market at that time. And I skipped to number 98. And 99. And this was a direct market from 1979. Again, almost all advertising. And I think that'll do it. I don't feel like making the video any longer than it is. I'm going to work on those comics a little bit more, and maybe play a little World of Warcraft. Getting ready for the release of Shadowlands. I won't be streaming. I'm not that good a player. And I'll see you next video. Don't forget, though, before you handle your comics, before you attempt to clean them, before you do anything. Matter of fact, first thing you do when you get up in the morning, after you do what you have to do, wash your hands. Maybe wash your hands beforehand also. And we'll see you next video. Bye.